be fascinating to see what happens with that. I mean, there's so many moving parts to this and so many different things stemming from this that just, you could get enough just off of USC and UC. Like, we hadn't even, like, guys, if you think about it, we hadn't even talked about those schools going to the Big Ten, really. Like, we hadn't really talked, like, what does this mean for USC? We hadn't talked about that at all. What does this mean for UCLA? Like, how about the fact that it's UCLA that's going with them? It's not Oregon or Washington or whoever else. It's the two LA schools.
It's part of the California system, too, and you wonder about what Cal thinks about that.
So
but they
I don't know about all that. I don't know the details of how all that even works or how that's set up or anything. So I'm not going to go too far on that. But you're right. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ramifications that we aren't even aware of or that have remained to be seen. But it's just this move itself. I mean, freaking USC is just packing up and going to the Big Ten. They're going to be in a conference with Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State. And, I mean, the Big Ten's now going to go from basically the Midwest and the North and from New York to L.A. They're going from New York to L.A. They got Rutgers. I mean, they're, you know.
I saw one of the comments from, I believe, somebody in Fox, and I can't wait for that heated rivalry between USC and Rutgers.
Yeah, which they clearly don't care because, I mean, not many people do care about that potential rivalry. But, I'm sure there's some marketing behind it that'll make it make sense when the time comes. But, I mean, there's a lot of parts of it just, just the move itself, much less how does it affect the entire future of one conference, thus affecting the futures of every other conference, thus affecting the future of college football as we know it. So, yeah, I mean, this is a move much like Oklahoma and Texas that can be unpacked in 100 different ways, and you could do 100 different shows on just everything that this entails.
All right, here's an interesting text from the 213, and something we also haven't talked about. The shoe that dropped was the ACC commissioner killing the CFP expansion. When he stonewalled that, all hell broke loose to kill the NCAA and move forward with two super conferences. That blew the lid off. That's when the SEC and Big Ten got on the phone with each other and said, let's do this. And, I mean, that's a hypothetical, but it did certainly, if the alliance never existed, if the Big Ten did not use the ACC and Pac-12 to do its dirty work, because that's what they did, to stall the playoff probably gets through because the Big Ten doesn't want to be the bad guy because Jim Delaney made them the bad guy on the playoff for a very long time. They don't want to be the bad guy. They can have the Pac-12 and ACC say, well, we're going to vote against it too. We're in this voting block and there's too much to do. Well, guess what? You just kind of played right into their hands.
By the way, it's a great text from Dolfo. Traditions long gone in college football. Yeah, we've started to see that really since the Big 12 broke up the first time with Nebraska leaving the conference. And even when they started in 96,